Hey everybody, how's it going? If you want to make money in China, you'll need to understand the trends in Chinese culture, technology, and business. Now, I've spent a quarter of my life in China and I've been doing business there since 2003. And in this podcast, I chat with my friends about the newest developments from China that I think will affect business or that I think are just plain fun. This week, it's Lawrence that is with me. We'll be talking about a few things. Lawrence is an account
Mhm.
manager at Nanjing Marketing Group. He works in B2B type projects. Here are the things we're going to talk about today. First of all, Huawei Pay is really coming. There's more
Yep.
WeChat updates. Some places are accepting digital Chinese yuan for delivery.
hmm
I have a new marketing guideline for you about your websites. It's something to do with nationalities.
hmm
Xiaomi is releasing a new energy vehicle, and Xiaomi has a new logo. Then finally, we're going to talk about a Weibo KOL that announced their gender transition. We'll tell you how fans responded to this.
Yep.
All right, Lawrence, let's get started here. So the first topic is Huawei. Huawei has obtained a payment license. From this
hmm
article on cgtn.com, it says Chinese telecom giant Huawei Technologies obtained a payment license after acquiring a digital payment company, Shenzhen ShareLink Network.
Yep.
Um, the reason that they got their license like this is, I guess, it's just really hard to get these payment licenses in China. So the big companies will purchase other companies that have them just for the point of getting those licenses.
Yes, that's
Um,
correct.
but the part that I don't get is that Huawei already had Huawei Pay earlier, and
hmm
now they still need a payment license. I guess it's for mobile. I don't exactly get what this is, but I guess it means that
hmm
they're going to be able to offer a payment solution that is a competitor to WeChat Pay and Alipay, which are just
hmm
all over China. Everybody uses those.
I think this new payment license is unique. Based on what you just said, they have a Huawei Pay. I think this payment solution, this new license, is just helping Huawei to build their range of payments wider. So they actually deepen how users of Huawei can pay
Mm-hmm.
uh, using Huawei smartphones. So I hope that I can see some new changes from this Huawei Pay or the new Huawei Pay. But so far, I don't really see something so big, so different, at least for now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, for now, there's WeChat Pay, there's Alipay, and then it seems like every other big company is buying these or coming up with their own payment solutions to try and see if they can get something going soon. So maybe we'll see a couple other of them successful, or maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe one day we will say that Huawei will only allow to use Huawei and Huawei Pay solution, but I doubt that.
Huawei will what? I didn't quite catch you there.
Okay, Huawei probably is going to say to the users, you have to use Huawei Pay. You cannot use Alipay, WeChat Pay, or
Right.
other payment solution.
Oh.
This is the only solution you got for if you're using Huawei. But
Oh no
maybe
no.
no, no.
That'd
It's
be a
just too many people using WeChat Pay.
yeah, that'd be a death sentence for Huawei phones. People want to use their payment solution that they're used to, unless Huawei gave them some benefits, gave them some discounts or something. Then they'd be
Yep.
okay with it. All right, next one up. WeChat is making a couple updates, and whenever WeChat makes updates, we pay attention
Mhm.
because we use WeChat so much. It is like basically essential to all of the marketing campaigns that we run.
Yep.
So, what are the new updates that it's making here, Lawrence?
Okay, so recently there is a new WeChat version just 2, 3 days ago, and there are 12 new change. Sorry, there are 12 new changes, but I think two of them are quite important for our fans or who are doing business in China. First one is actually in WeChat Moments, which is WeChat Feeds, you can actually post a 30 seconds video,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 15 seconds before.
Okay.
So one point in here is actually for users, if you allow them to post only 15 seconds, then they will just summarize their ideas and creativity in 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But now WeChat allows them to post a half-minute video, and that is just totally different because the length of time just doubled. So
Mm.
there will be more content. And remember what we've been discussing about the WeChat video channel?
Yeah.
I think this will be quite important for WeChat because now it is not having a new WeChat video channel.
Mm-hmm.
It is allow users to post longer video in WeChat in their moments.
Right. Yeah, I think people
That's
will be
something special.
I think some people will be confused about this because there's so many different ways to post videos within WeChat because we can
Mm-hmm,
embed a video in an article in an official account,
mm-hmm,
or users can post these videos to their moments, which is their friend
mm-hmm.
feed, or they
Yep.
could have the WeChat video account. So there's so many different things here. But this update is mainly affecting just regular users, not official accounts. Is that right or not?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Just for regular users.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. It makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then there are some minor changes like more stickers, more emojis from 300 to 999, but that is not really important. And
Mm.
another thing I realized I think is quite is if you can go to number 8. There
Mm-hmm.
is number 8. If you scroll down, if you say the page number 8,
Mm-hmm.
the topic
Okay.
is 8. Okay. For this particular topic is about public account and an official account. And in the past, if you can see that images, you have to, if you're not interested in one official account, if you want to unfollow, you see that blue picture, blue
Right.
marks, you have to
Okay.
click there to unfollow. But for
Uh-huh.
now, it is different. You see the image in the right, you click on the top right bar, it shows a red button with unfollow. It gives you more
Right.
options to unfollow an official account.
Okay. So this is making it easier to unfollow them.
I think it just gives user more options because in the past, people just might not notice where to unfollow an official account.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just getting easier.
Okay. So what do you think? This is good for us since we have a generally a higher open rate and share rate on WeChat than than the average. I mean, it's good for us as a marketing agency, is it? So people might be unfollowing the accounts that they don't pay as much attention to.
Yes. Do you remember that when we're discussing about ordering outside in the restaurant, you have to follow like thousands of new official account or public
Right.
account
Yeah.
in order to take order?
Yeah.
But now for those accounts, you probably just lose some attention. People can follow very easily.
Right. Okay. Your voice went slow there for a second, then it sped up, but I think I got it. All right. Is there any other changes here that you think are
Okay,
substantial?
but not a huge impact.
Okay. The other ones don't have a huge impact. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So the other one would just be small minors. So I
Right.
think this just leave them in there.
Mm. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. So this is about the Chinese digital yuan. What's going on here?
This one is quite special. So we know in China there's so many delivery companies. One of them, most famous, is called Shunfeng, which is stand for SF Express
Mm-hmm.
in other countries. So for this particular company, it supports digital Chinese yuan now. So actually, if you have a digital Chinese yuan and if you want to send a parcel, a delivery, you can use digital currency, digital Chinese yuan,
Mm-hmm.
and pay that in the app.
Okay. But not many people have it yet.
Yes, but it's just an option. I
Okay.
mean, even not many people are having it. Probably just a minor, a 1%, 2% people are
Mm.
currently using digital Chinese yuan,
Yeah.
and this delivery company is offering an option to pay through that method. So I think that's
Right.
just a trend.
Okay. So, do you know if people pay through that method what they actually use? Like, do they have to interact with another app that's issued by the government, or does it, like, how do they actually do it as a user? Do you know?
I think I think for now I'm not really very clear with how they process,
Mm-hmm.
but from this article is you have to First of all, you have to link a credit card or bank card with the digital Chinese yuan that allows you to have a digital Chinese yuan and to pay in digital Chinese yuan.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're actually paying that, in the payment page, you will have an option to select if you want to pay through a digital Chinese yuan.
Mm. What's that?
Something goes wrong?
Hmm.
Is my voice or my sound or your sound?
Eva says she can't hear my sound, but can you hear my sound from YouTube?
Yes, let me try. I can hear you properly. Go to
From
YouTube.
YouTube. It shows up
Hold on a
fine
second.
it shows up fine for me here. What's that? Oh, she says never mind, I'm just quiet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we might cut that part out of the actual podcast that we release, but it's fine. It's fine in here for the live part. But for listeners, what I do here is I have my 9-year-old daughter monitor my podcast to see if I'm screwing up the sound, because I have done that twice in the past, and then she tells me if something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So she said something might be wrong right now, but I'm just a bit quiet. I'll make sure to talk loudly enough, and then when we release it actually on the podcast, we just maybe adjust the sound a bit or clear it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah.
One thing I want to add to this digital yuan conversation was I found this map about central bank digital currencies across the world, and it looks like there's just a few countries that are in the pilot stage. China's one of them. Sweden's another. Then you know what? I can't tell the global map enough. One of these Southeast Asian countries is another, and then there are a whole bunch that are in a research stage, like USA and Russia and Australia are all researching these digital currencies. So we should see a whole bunch of them come out right away. They're all going to be competing with things like Bitcoin and Ether. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I think that the future is going to be something where there is decentralized, non-governmental digital currencies, and then there are also these digital currencies from the government, and they're going to have to compete and interact with each other. It's going to be really interesting.
I think that just reminds me of one political topic. It is a bit off topic, but I really want to mention it. Is about 3 days ago, China signed a 25-year strategy cooperation with Iraq. And through that cooperation, China will pay digital yuan to Iraq in trade for oil and other services. And that digital yuan is quite special because that will just avoid paying through US dollars rather than just go through between Iraq currency to Chinese yuan through digital method.
Yeah. Iran currency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
you just said
currency called.
You just said Iraq there for a second, though. You meant Iran, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that is cool. That is interesting. The Chinese yuan maybe will even be a competitor for the U.S. dollar in the future. I don't know. Maybe not, because it's not as convertible as the U.S. dollar is. But you know me. I'm a big fan of Bitcoin. I'm a big fan of Ether. So those are the currencies that I'm rooting for in the future. All right. Next topic here. Now, this one isn't from a particular source. It's just something that we realized in our marketing campaigns and something that I will give advice for. I'm advising that clients that are doing their marketing in China and that are doing any SEO or any search engine advertising on Baidu should avoid using maps or flags at all, because we've seen so many problems with maps and flags. Sometimes an ad or a campaign on Baidu will be blocked because of that. Like, not totally stopped, but paused for a while, and that's a hassle. And it could be a problem for SEO too. And I'm not sure why it affects organic SEO exactly, but it could just scare some people away. Some people maybe won't want to link to the site if it has flags or a map on it, because Chinese politics are so sensitive about these. I mean, if you get one little thing wrong, like I'm not even talking about a big thing like marking Taiwan as a country, but like one little thing like the position of the dashes in the South China Sea, or like the exact border that China has with India or something like that. If you get one little thing wrong, it could end up having negative effects for your website. People could complain about it. You could get banned for certain types of advertising. It'll just be a big hassle. So if you want to avoid these problems, just don't use maps or flags at all on your website. Is that clear?
That is that is very correct.
Okay.
Because if someone says something strange about Chinese border or political
Mm-hmm.
issue, the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna post this out on Weibo and
Yeah.
with hashtags.
Right.
And you know that the hashtag with China or Chinese border tends to get huge attention from Chinese users. So
Mm-hmm.
if you really want not to, mess around with those topics, and you don't really want to involve in one of them,
Yeah.
don't get flags.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is funny. In when I first heard this from a search marketer in Nanjing Marketing Group, she told me that we should avoid political content in our ads on Baidu, and I said, "What are you
Hmm.
talking about? Like, of course we don't have political content in ads. What would we put in there?" And then she explained it to me. She was like, "Oh, make sure never to have any flags in the ads or the landing page or maps in the landing page." And I just think it's so silly.
Hmm.
Anyways, sometimes you got to do some things to please the government and please the consumers. So yeah, no flags or maps. Let's move on to the next topic. We have actually two different topics about Xiaomi here. Now, Xiaomi
Yes.
is a big brand in China. They make consumer electronic products. They produce high quality products at a lower price, and I really like Xiaomi. I'm a Xiaomi fan.
Hmm.
Now, this article from pandaily.com says that Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi has officially announced that it will start manufacturing electric cars as the company seeks to diversify beyond smartphones and consumer electronics. Uh, I think that's really cool. Now,
Yes.
one of the ways that I do marketing and that I evaluate different brands is I just pay attention to my own behaviors, even things that are a bit subconscious. And I noticed that when I'm shopping for something in China that's electronics and it's something kind of complex or maybe I don't understand very well, and then I see that Xiaomi brand, like Xiaomi is offering one,
Hmm.
I might just stop researching
Yes,
and
that
I'll
is
just buy
correct.
the Xiaomi one. Like when I was going to buy air purifiers, like I don't know that
Hmm.
Xiaomi is particularly great at air purifiers, but I was researching about them and I saw all this confusing information, and then I saw the Xiaomi air purifier and I'm just like, oh, awesome! Xiaomi, it's always a good deal. It's always not too expensive and good quality, so I'm just going to buy the Xiaomi air purifier,
Hmm.
right? And
Yep.
so as like a Xiaomi kind of, I guess, a fanboy, when I see they're making a car, I think that could be good too. Uh,
Yes.
and a lot of cars are going to be a lot of these electric vehicles, new energy vehicles,
Hmm.
automated self-driving vehicles are coming out of China because so many companies are doing it. Now there's Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent, Huawei are doing it. These are all big companies. And then there's these upstarts like NIO, Xipeng, Li Auto, and of course there's Tesla in China too. Tesla's operating in China. So all of these companies are in the auto area. And I think that's just crazy. Like if we compared that to what's going on in USA, this would be the
Hmm.
equivalent of like Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple are all launching cars,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
like there's Tesla and three other Teslas. That's what's going on. There's a lot of effort in this area in China. And
Hmm.
it's because the skies in some of the cities they get murky, they get full of
Hmm.
pollution, and it, it is polluted in China. And consumers want these vehicles that pollute less, and the government is pushing a lot too with subsidies and such.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but we don't know what this Xiaomi car is going to look like when it comes out. We don't know what it's going to be like, if it's actually going to be good or not. I wonder what opinion you have on it, Lawrence?
So yes, there is crazy competition in China in terms of new energy vehicles. I can name at least, I think 15 to 20 electrical
Hmm.
vehicle manufacturers.
Yeah.
And one thing particular for Xiaomi compared to all other electrical vehicle or new energy vehicle is Xiaomi has a set of everything. Just as you mentioned, every search for the one from Xiaomi, from socket, home socket, to smartphone, to earpods, to
Hmm.
everything.
Okay.
So even Xiaomi has Xiaomi Home, where you can install the home furniture with Xiaomi brand. And
Hmm.
now Xiaomi is going to have Xiaomi energy vehicles. You
Hmm.
think about that. If you're a crazy fan, just think if you're Tate and if you're in China, you're probably gonna buy everything from Xiaomi. And
Hmm.
if one day Xiaomi is going to create a Xiaomi Home, and probably I would just believe the Tate is gonna just live in there. I mean, you have
Hmm.
everything from Xiaomi. Think about
I
the
think
connection between one furniture to your car and
yeah.
then to your smartphone.
Right.
So you have everything connected. I think that's just one special thing for Xiaomi because you can actually connect it every single item at your home.
Hmm. Yeah. I guess so. That's a good way of looking at it. So your Xiaomi could connect to your air purifiers, and it could detect when you're driving near home and start turning them on to clear up your air, make it a nice environment for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now, if you're using the smart home, you're probably using some Apple product, you're
Hmm.
using some other brand. But
Hmm.
if you bought everything from Xiaomi, then it would be just super convenient for one.
Yeah.
All you have to do is you drive to home, your home is clean with air conditioning on,
Hmm.
your stove is on, then everything is prepared.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right. We'll be watching this carefully. And people that are listening, they might not know, but Lawrence is kind of an expert on this area because he does market research for various automotive brands that are selling into China. Usually it's brands that have technology or products to sell to some of these bigger companies. I don't know much about cars at all myself. Yeah. All right, next topic about Xiaomi. Xiaomi changed their logo, and I saw a lot of people in our company talking about this, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Yep.
But um, I guess their old logo was a square that looks kind of like
Yes.
an M and an I, and their new logo is a
Yes.
rounded square with an M and an I.
Yes.
So it's like it's not a huge difference at all, right? But why is this interesting
Yeah.
to people?
Okay. So yesterday we were having a crazy discussion in our company about how Xiaomi spent 2 million Chinese yuan on their logo. Yes, the square one is original and the round square is a new one.
Oh,
Simply
okay.
think about that. You spend 2 million on that logo.
Yeah.
Simply change that from a square to a round shape
Oh,
for
okay.
$2 million.
Yes.
And one thing in particular is the Xiaomi went to Japan and found a Japanese designer
Mm-hmm.
who spent, and we've been saying, there's a lot of articles says a craftsmanship in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
People spend decades in one particular thing, like people who doing sushi, who doing something special. So we
Okay.
were just making fun of that. These designers spent 3 years to make a square by hand, clearly to a round shape in 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I get why you guys are talking about it so much. So for people that are working in a marketing agency, and we work so hard to get the ROI up for our clients, and
Yep.
it just seems so hard sometimes to persuade them to do things, and then we'll create an ROI of 10x or 20x or whatever, and we'll still have to fight with them for the budgets. Um, Meanwhile, if somebody wants this advice for their logo, like
Mm-hmm.
they can just come into our live podcast here and be like, "Hey, yo, Tate and Lawrence, what should we do with our logo in China?" And I'll have my two shots of Zambuca, and I'll be like, "Yeah, make the corners rounded, for free,
Yes, you say
for free."
just pay through the bitcoins or the get. This is my bank details. Pay us $2 million, and we get this out for you.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great if we got paid for that. But no, this is kind of thing that we do is like one of 20 things that we do within a biweekly cycle for a client. Just give a little bit of
Yep.
advice, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I know.
I'm going off topic. I'm just explaining to people the average marketer's point of view when a marketing company gets paid so much for doing something that's actually so little.
Yes, and actually, on the other side, from a marketing point of view, we need to say things differently. Is this shape change on the logo attract a huge discussion in China on Weibo? I mean, a lot of people I know are discussing this topic yesterday. So think from another point is they spent $2 million, not just change the logo, but bring a huge topic and hot discussion on Weibo, and not just for
Yeah.
brand awareness. I mean,
Okay.
if you're
Right.
not
Right.
paying attention to Xiaomi recently, then think about Xiaomi just launched the new manufacturer for electrical vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and then now they spend $2 million for a campaign. That is
Yeah.
worthy.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's move on to our last topic here. Now, I heard it's Transgender Awareness Day today, I think. And
Yep.
there's something that is going on in China that is relevant to this.
Yep.
From radeyechina.com, it says that the latest public transgender figure in China is 19-year-old beauty and dance influencer Abelie, who has garnered
Yes.
broad public support following an announcement about her successful sex reassignment surgery. She got 900,000 likes for this on Weibo, and a related hashtag has over 610 million views. So it's quite a bit of activity here. But still, that doesn't mean
Yes.
it's the most popular thing on Weibo, because Weibo is the biggest microblog in the world. It's something like it's a 1.5 or 2 times bigger than Twitter. But anyways, what did Chinese people think of this? From what I read, most of them were very supportive, and the most upvoted comment on Abby's post read, "There are 4 kinds of gender identities, and each one deserves respect." So I feel kind of good about this, because I think that, like, Weibo sometimes can be very socially conservative. And sometimes when I see topics come up on there, like things about race around the world or ethnicities in China or something, and then I see what people are saying on Weibo, it just blows my mind, and it kind of triggers me, you know. I get kind of mad because I think that they're not tolerant enough. But it seems like they're very, at least in this case, they're very accepting of her. That's cool.
I think that's a new change. From my point of view, maybe because I went to Australia for years, and how the way I think and consider things might be different. I think it just is cool. I mean, everyone has the choice to believe like what you are and who you are and what you want to do. But in the past, I see a lot of judges, those types, as you said, from the people on Weibo. I think they are starting to accepting this new trend. They are getting to know, okay, this is cool. This is nothing wrong. I mean, I like this kind of atmosphere. I mean, what's wrong with this lady? She can do whatever she wants.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. All right. Well,
But one thing comes to my mind is if she was a man. Now if she needs to update her ID, on Chinese ID, there
yeah.
is man or female. I mean, would government allow her to change from man to female? Because now, I mean, she is not actually not a man anymore.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder how that affects the bureaucracy of things. I don't know.
Yes, that'd be something I want to know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Cool. So this wraps it up here. Um,
Mhm.
for anybody who's listening, I appreciate you listening. If you have some questions, go ahead and ask them. You know, if you're an investor type, I get these investor types that will book meetings with me, and they're going to pay $300 an hour just to hear what we're doing so that they can figure out if they need to invest more in Zhihu or Weibo or whatever. We do it all for free here right on the podcast. So you can just come in live or send us an email or whatever. You just search for Nanjing Marketing Group and tell us what you think and what your questions are, and we'll adapt our content a little bit. And we appreciate you listening. And that's all for this week. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye bye.